So today we're going to talk about lesson 1.1, which is rational and irrational numbers. And we're going to begin by expressing rational numbers as decimals. A rational number is any number that can be written as a ratio in the form of A over B, where A and B are both integers. However, B is not 0, and that's important. We don't want our denominator of our fraction to be 0. Examples of rational numbers are 6 and 5/10. 6 can be written as 6 over 1, and so therefore it fits the form. 5/10 is this in fraction form, and I can simplify. Both are divisible by 5, and that becomes 1/2, and that's where they get the 1/2 here. Every rational number can be written as a terminating decimal or repeating decimal. A terminating decimal, such as 5/10, has a finite number of digits, means it stops, it terminates. A repeating decimal has a block of one or more digits that repeats indefinitely. Say if I have 0.3333 and it keeps on going, that is called a repeating decimal. Many times you see a repeating decimal written like this, and since the 3 is repeating, there's a little line over the top of it. We can write each fraction as a decimal, so if we're given a fraction, we can come up with a decimal to determine if it's a repeating, terminating, or non-terminating decimal. What we're going to do is we're going to take the denominator and we're going to divide it into the numerator. So I have my 1 divided by my 4. 4 goes into 1 twice, and that is 8. Subtract that, and I get 2. Bring down the 0, have 20. 4 goes into 20 5 times, and that's 20. Subtract that, I get nothing left. So 1/4 equals 0.25. This is what kind? It says terminating or repeating. This is a terminating decimal, so therefore it is a rational number. If I look at 1/3, I take 1 and divide it by 3. Take 1 divided by 3, goes in, doesn't go into 1. It will go into 10 3 times. That gives me 9. It brings down the 1 and bring down a 0, that's 10. It goes in 3 times, that's 9. Goes in 3 times, that's 9. And you can see that it's just going to keep on going. And so this is my answer. So 1/3 is a repeating decimal of 0.3 repeating. If you do put this in the calculator, more than likely for this one you'll see 0.33333 all the way across. But if you had something like 0.666666 and then it has a 7 at the end of your screen on your calculator, what they've done is the calculator has already rounded this last digit up. If everything in front of it is repeating, this here all repeating, this is a repeating decimal. So don't get thrown by your calculator. So let's try these. I have 5/11. So I'm going to take 5 and I'm going to divide it by 11. So in my calculator, I'm going to put the number on top in first. So 5 divided by 11. And that gives me 0.45454545, and it's continuing on. Because the 4 and the 5 is repeating, my answer is 0 and 45 repeats. This is a repeating decimal. If I take 1/8, I'm going to take my numerator 1 and divide it by 8. So 1 goes in the calculator first, then 8, and I'm going to get 0.125. Nothing is repeating. It ends. This is a terminating decimal, and it is also a rational number. When I look at 3, I have 2 and 1/3, so I have 2 and 1/3. There's 2 ways you could do this. I can move this whole number over. That's my whole number. The 1/3 we found was 0.33333333, so it is going to be a repeating 3. So 2 and 1/3, or 3 repeating. Okay? Another way you could do this is to take 2/3, 2 and 1/3, and I can change it to an improper fraction. To do that, I take 3 times 2, that gives me 6, plus 1, that gives me 7. So then I have 7/3. Take 7, divide it by 3, and you get 2.333333. And so again, you get 2.3 repeating. Either way is fine. They both come up with the same answer. So now you're going to practice a couple of questions on the next slide or two, and then come back for another video.